New year, new weight class. Why'd you decide to jump up to lightweight?
Man, I'm just getting bigger, and I can't really just stop my growth. And diet is not really my forte. So, I just moved up the weight class and just stopped cutting that weight.
When you say getting bigger, like where do you feel like, the weight is just coming on that you just can't stop it from coming back on?
Like, I'm young. I'm 24 years old, and I've been fighting the 145 division since I was 16 years old. So I've been cutting to that weight class ever since I was 16. I was cutting even when I was 16. So just to get an understanding is like my body being my naturally as a human you just grow all the way as a male, you grow all the way to your 26 years old. So I probably still have like 2 more years of growing left before I reach my peak in strength. And so I'm just getting thicker, and it's just harder. Every weight cut was just harder and harder and harder and harder to make.
Yeah, and when you look at, your physical attributes, you're tall for even a lightweight. 5'11" is pretty tall for featherweight.
Hmm.
So we could probably see you at welterweight. You would never know.
Yeah, you never know. Probably like when I hit my 30s, I'll probably just like give up on the whole weight cutting thing and just fight whatever I walk at.
For sure, for sure. Was it a difficult decision for you? Having so much success at featherweight to make that move to lightweight.
It wasn't a difficult decision, but it was a sad decision because for me, I didn't mind fighting the heavier guys. It was just I had built such a great name, and I had climbed the rankings so high that I was in line for a title shot. I was fighting for the number one contendership. So that was the sad part about moving up the weight classes, that I have to restart. I'm no longer at the top of the pecking order. I'm at the bottom. So I have to reclaim. I have to reclaim my position. I have to climb the ladder again to get myself in the position to get that title.
For sure. And last August, your fight with Adam Borich was canceled due to the weight cut.
Yep.
Take us into, what you went through to understand the difficulties.
I was cutting a substantial amount of weight, and I thought my weight was on track to make the weight, and then the morning of, we're doing those final weight cuts, and then I was in the bath, and then I was convulsing, I was puking, and then I was like, I can't do the bath no more, like my body's
Mhm.
rejecting it. So we went to the sauna, and then when I was in the sauna, I just dropped, like I just blacked out, hit the ground, and then they resuscitated me, brought me back to life, and then I was just puking again. I was
Mhm.
like my body was just freaking out. And then I had a guy there that was doing my weight cut, and he was just like, man, it's done. You're not cutting weight no more. It's over.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't put like most likely you documented that stuff, and I'm glad you didn't put it online because did you see Adam Piccolotti? Like he put out the video
Hmm.
of him throwing up, and then the commission suspended him for that.
Yeah. Hmm.
That is scary stuff right there, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I was out, I was at that point of him. I went a little further, and I blacked out, and then I didn't say nothing
Mhm.
because there was a possibility of Adam Bork still taking the fight. But then he asked for some crazy number. He goes, I want all your money, and I want a percentage of your. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Is he said to me that he wants my whole paycheck and 20% of my win bonus if I win. And I was just like, what, you want me to fight for nothing? I can't do that.
Yeah, that's
He asked for some stupid number,
yeah.
knowing that I'll refuse it to make a.
Oh, of course. Of course you would refuse that. I don't think
Yeah,
anybody would
yeah, like, dude,
fight.
you want me to fight for peanuts? Like, no. And you're gonna walk out here with like three, like, what? And my win bonus?
Mhm.
Like, I,
Yeah.
I would be I would be happy to still fight for just my win bonus
Mhm.
because I was confident. But you want a percentage of my win bonus too? No, I can't do that.
Yeah. Well, after that, you were supposed to return at Bellator 272.
Yep.
against Alfie Davies in December. What happened with that fight?
Man, I have no idea. That was a shit show. Like, this guy's on the internet trolling me, putting my faces on all, like, photoshopping my face on shit. And he actually sent me a DM. He sent me a DM with my face on like this image that it's fucking a PG image, like these guys pissing on this person, and he put my face on it. He sent it to me. I'm like, dude, this guy's I'm gonna murder this dude. And I blocked him because, like, fuck, I don't need to see that shit. Just wait till I see you. I'm gonna mob you in the hotel room. If I see you in a hotel, you're gonna run away like a little bitch. And then one week out the fight, I get the call and they say Alfie Davis pulled out of the fight. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is it? So I unblocked the guy, message him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, you pussy? You fucking talk all this shit and you pull out the fight? You're the biggest bitch in this whole game. And he didn't even respond. He's like, oh, you got lucky. And I was injured. I was injured too. I was meant to have surgery, but I just like kind of, just tucked that under the radar so no one knew. And I was just gonna go scrap anyway, because I don't really care. And then they got me a replacement fight last minute. The guy signed the contract, and then the very next day after he signed the contract, he pulled out of the fight, and then they couldn't get me a replacement in time. So that's why that fight fell through. I was really sad about the second guy, because if he refused the fight, they could have got me a replacement. He should not have signed the contract. Don't sign the contract, pull out the next day. Because then if he didn't sign the contract, they would have got me an opponent that would have showed up to fight. That's the only thing I was disappointed about.
Yeah, definitely, definitely a shit show, man. That's not something you want to go through as a fighter, especially so close to the fight. Um, Now moving forward, I'm pretty sure you could probably tuck that away. Are you past Alfie Davies? Is just like I'm done with that. Like I need to
Yeah,
focus on
he's
other
not
stuff.
getting his opportunity. He had his chance, and watch this. He's not going to get his opportunity again. I'm going to climb the ranks, and the only chance he's going to get his opportunity is if he actually can grow the balls to go and fight and beat some people.
All right, fair
He's
enough.
got to beat some people. If he can, if I win this fight, I'm going to be in the top 10. I'm not looking for no unranked fighter. I'm going to be looking to fight the top 5 guy, and then I'm going to be looking to get a title shot. And for him, it's just he's a nobody.
All right. Your next opponent is Rabadanov. Overall thoughts on him, and how do you see this matchup?
This guy's, he's a veteran. He's had quite a lot of fights. I think he's a game opponent. And, Russians always they always come to scrap, and they're tough. I have a lot of respect for his grappling game. So, I'm going to see him come out and try to implement his wrestling. And, I've been working to counter that. And I think it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, he debuted against Daniel Carey last year and got that first round TKO finish. What'd you think of that particular performance and how that fight played out?
He's really good. But as I say, I feel like I'm gonna be able to exploit him in many ways, and I don't feel like we're on the same level in every aspect. I feel like I'm gonna be able to catch him within the grapple to catch a submission and even catch him on the feet.
Since you don't have to worry about the 10 extra pounds, right? Does that change anything in your preparations? Does it have a psychological effect on you heading into a fight?
Mm-mm. I'm actually gonna feel better. Like usually this time I show up to train and I'm just exhausted. I got no energy. I'm just like a sack of potatoes in the gym, just moving because I have to sweat. But I just finished training today. I trained for like 3 hours and I trained super hard and I still feel good. My weight's good, so I'm feeling like I'm gonna show up that fight day amazing and not depleted. And these guys who are that are cutting a lot, if they don't have the right recovery, they're not going to come 100%.
That's no doubt about that. And you just mentioned your training, I mean, the training camp. Where and who have you been splitting your time with?
I've been training with Johnny Ferrer for my jiu-jitsu. I've been training with Justin Flores for my wrestling, and then I've been working with Janix for my kickboxing. And we've had some of the top jiu-jitsu guys in the world that I'm grappling with. We had we brought in some of the best wrestlers in the state to wrestle with, and I also been sparring with some of the a lot of up and coming guys and guys that are you know some names like fucking I've been working with like shit, I fucking forgot his name now. What a joke. Little Heathen. What's his name again? Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
guys like that.
For sure, man. Those are some great training partners. How do you envision that first victory at lightweight? You know, what kind of performance do you want to have against your upcoming opponent?
I want to get a big finish. I think that first round is going to be a feel out round. That first round, I'm gonna put him to the ring in a little bit. I'm gonna stuff a couple of his takedowns. We're gonna bang it out. And then that second round, I want to come out and be looking to put him away.
When you look at that lightweight division, you know, there's a lot of killers in that top 10, but it almost seems like it's wide open though. You know, like it seems like two wins against maybe top 10 guys could shoot you up by the end of the year. You could probably be in the mix. Do you think, you know, do you feel like that's the goal for yourself, maybe to be in the mix by the end of the year?
That's definitely what I've envisioned. I've envisioned to be a number one contender by the end of this year and be looking for a title shot beginning of next year or even early at the end of this year. That's kind of where my mindset is. That's what I've envisioned. That's kind of my goal.
Your vision is good because you've pretty much accomplished everything that you wanted so far, right? In
Yes,
this
sir.
sport. So I'm excited to see what you can do this year, man. That lightweight division starts on March 12th, Bellator 276. JJ Wilson, thank you so much for the time, man.
Thank you very much, man. You have a nice day.